Hey everyone, this is Dina Marie, Stanton's site supervisor, and today we're going to talk about how to properly brush our teeth. For this video, I'll be using a cup of water, a toothbrush, toothpaste, a small towel, and of course, a sink. Alright, so before we begin, let's answer a couple questions, like who, what, when, where, why, and how long. Alright, so first, who? Everyone should brush their teeth. What? What is brushing your teeth? It's good hygiene. 3. When? You should be brushing your teeth twice a day, probably like when you wake up and before you go to bed. 4. Where? Bathroom. Bathroom's a good place. You don't want to do it in front of a lot of people. 5. Why? No one wants to be embarrassed by bad breath. And 6. How long? You want to brush your teeth for 2 minutes at a time. Alright. Now that we got those questions answered, we have to inspect one very important item, our toothbrush. Why do we need to do this, you might ask? Well, the point of brushing our teeth is to have a clean mouth. So if we use a dirty or old toothbrush, we aren't getting as good of a cleaning that we would if we were using a newer toothbrush. So how often do we need to change our toothbrush? Dentists recommend we replace our toothbrush every 3 to 4 months if we've been sick or if the toothbrush bristles have been frayed or if they're all like sticking out. So, what do you think about mine? Yeah, I think it's time for a new one too. Now let's go through the steps. So first we want to get out our toothbrush, our toothpaste, and our cup of water, and the towel we'll be using later. So, second, you want to wet your toothbrush. 3, you want to open your toothpaste, and you only want to put a pea-sized amount, just like a little circle, just like a green pea. Now 4, you want to brush your teeth for 2 minutes, making small circles as you brush from the top, the bottom, got toothpaste on, the bottom, the sides, so like the outside, and then the inside, as well as your tongue. So why do we want to brush our tongue? Well, when we talk about brushing our teeth, people often forget that brushing our tongue is just as important. When we brush our tongue, we're scraping off layers of bacteria that build up, and those are what cause our bad breath. So when we brush our tongue, you don't want to brush too hard or too far back because you don't want to get sick. So after brushing all the spots we discussed for 2 minutes, you want to grab your cup of water and put a little bit in your mouth, but don't swallow it quite yet. And you're going to swish it around, spit it out into the sink, and that helps get rid of all the extra toothpaste you might have in your mouth. Even though we're done brushing our teeth, we're still not done quite yet. So now let's clean up a bit. So you want to rinse off your toothbrush to get any extra toothpaste that might be in there or any food that might have built in there. So you're going to rinse your toothbrush, and then you're going to hit it on the sink just a little bit, tap out the extra water, and then you want to dry it off with that little towel we talked about in the beginning before you put it away. Because if you put it away wet, bacteria can grow and you can get mold, and you don't want to put that stuff in your mouth. All right, so now we're almost done. Lastly, you want to grab your small towel one more time, and we're going to wipe up the sink around, because when you're brushing your teeth, like stuff splatters around, and when you spit out your water, chances are you got a little water on the sink. So you just want to keep it nice and clean for the next person. So just grab your towel and wipe around the sides, maybe like on the faucet handle too. Get the handle, the sides. And now you have a clean mouth and a clean sink. I hope you enjoyed this video.